Hey people! Second time I'm trying to record this video. So I'm going to comment some gameplay and to present to you a new comp that is probably no secret OP, but it's really a strong tech nonetheless. And I'll just be getting some music before we begin. Scorching Desert from Gates to Infinity. Probably one of my favorite Pokemon teams around. I really love this theme, and I hope you too. So look at this game. We've got a lot of top 100 players. We've got Luke, we've got Libane, we've got Icon BT, we've got Yellow. All of these people are strong and not to be taken lightly whatsoever. And we've got Misha the Fridge, which is probably a Smurf because he will perform really well. But because of him, I'm probably just forced to advance a little. So when we begin this game with no plan, we just do what we do every level 1, check if we have a combination of two Pokemons that can beat the Raticate by themselves. And right now, we have one. Two rock units can beat the Raticate by themselves. So I already know that every unit on my bench will be sold, and that if I want to keep some units, I have to get it in my shop, because in my shop they don't cost me anything. So the units I want to keep when I do this strategy are water units and baby units. And in the best case scenario, you get the Azurill, which is both. So it's really the best unit you can expect to get in the early game. I'm not at all trying to build a composition with these early units, I'm merely trying to build my economy. And the best synergy to build an economy is water in early, because you will just be fishing golds. Actually, you're fishing units, but you will sell them and get golds. Which is why I always prioritize the water synergy over anything else in the early game, even if I know that 9 times out of 10 I will just be selling all these units turn 9, just before the mythic fight. So we already have 2 mystic waters. I'm thinking about doing a smoke bowl because it's an item that I really like. And I'm taking the scale. What I really need to do is keep these 10 goals of interest to get 1 more gold every round, and even if these units are useless, I can still buy them to reduce the pool that's available into my next shop, and to hopefully get units that are more useful to me next turn. The thing is, if buying them would drop me below 10 goals, I would never have done this, obviously. And so, with this crit and 2 mana items, I'm thinking about going for an AP crit stuff, which is why I will take the spoon, and I'm just going for the lens, as you will see, and the Soul Dew. I would have rather taken a Reaper Cloth if I was able to, but Soul Dew still is a good item, to be honest. So in AP stuff, Soul Dew is never a bad thing to have, I think, probably, if you can scale somehow. I should probably not be giving these items to my Geodude, because it could have me win this fight, and I really want to build a chain loose to get the best economy possible going. So if this Geodude had made me win this fight, I would have been really upset with myself. Hopefully I kept losing, which is great. 2 spoons, 1 magnet, and that's not the title. I'll just get 1 spoon, because I need it for my Reaper Cloth. And now I've got 3 water units, I will just be taking them. And as you can see right now, this 1 gold bonus that we got round 2 by doing my strat isn't really relevant, because I could just selling this unit on my bench and keep and go for 29 golds to 30 if need be. However, in a situation where you want to keep some common units for your composition, sometimes this one more gold can come really handy. And right now it's just definitely not. However, as you will see next turn, we'll come into a situation that more clearly could be detrimental to your game. So if I was to have one less gold, I would need to either sell one baby units or sell this Magikarp, right? Or I could probably put the Magikarp on my bench, but then I will have to sell another water unit that could be relevant. Imagine I want to play vertical water right now. I'm really happy to be able to keep this Magikarp and these 40 golds instead of 39. So in a situation that exists around 1 in 10 games, where I want to just go vertical water, this round 2 would really have saved my bet. It made me stronger. However, in this game, I am not even starting to build my comp. I see this this precious artificial additional unit that somehow got into my shop, and now I'm thinking I'll just go artificial poison, because poison is a super strong trait to have in the early game. It does a ton of damage, and artificial is probably one of the best traits to have in the late game right now, because you have so many items. And I'm just planning to take this opportunity. Someone else took this very juicy additional pick, and I'm going to make use of it. So some more crits for the Reaper Cloth, and I go for the full AP crit stuff. To be honest with you, I'm stuffing this Azurill. I think I'm losing the round anyway. I do not see a world where this count can actually win a round. I'm going for level 5 because I want to roll some artificial units, and I want to get the least common units as possible when I'm doing it. So 2 Abos, really good for my poison plan. So now I've already got poison 3. I still want artificial 2 to be able to get the portals that I want, so I will keep rolling until I get at least 1 artificial unit, and I'm able to get it in 1 single roll, which is really super good. And now I only need a last poison unit to complete this run. I should have... to be fair, I do not think using this unit is really smart of me. But when you get poison, anyway, the round is really easy. I didn't really need more than 4 units here, it seems. I will be selling it anyway, so whatever I can. The reason I put stuff in this useless unit is because I do not want stuff on it, but I will be able to sell it later. You'll notice that I will say it a lot when I can't remember the English name of a Pokemon. So that's the secret behind me talking like this. I'm used to the French name a lot more than the English ones. So artificial 3, poison 4. I would rather go for artificial 4, poison 3 of course, and I will be rolling to try to do this. Can I get an artificial unit? Maybe? Please game. Please game. Be good with me. And I get the BELDUM. I get the BELDUM. I do not have time to swap my items this turn. But no, I'm thinking to myself, what artificial unit can actually benefit from an AP crit stuff. There's not a lot of them that can really benefit for this stuff, from this stuff, and BELDUM that I just received seems to be the major candidate, because it's dealing some AoE damage. Every time it casts, it gains a certain amount of AD that scales with AP, and so this spell is really not bad at all. And the best candidate to carry this stuff is probably BELDUM. And right now I'm just trying to build a BELDUM centric, because that's just where my stuff went, and because stuff actually strengthen artificial units so much, I am now kinda forced to play around this BELDUM, so I'm just hoping that it will do well. And now my goal is to go level 7, because level 6 is really not the best level to roll for epic units, and I really want to level up this BELDUM. So I'll go for level 7 as early as I can, and the earliest I can is right now. So I will buy this XP. I now want to win my rounds, and I could probably try to go down to 40 goals and try to get a BELDUM. Right? Because it wouldn't break my my economy. And I'm just insanely lucky. I get the second BELDUM in one roll, which gives me this, I think it's called Metang in English. So if Metang is not its English name, just know that Metang will be the evolution of BELDUM. Right. I do not think I clicked to verify, so I'll just go for Metang like it's its real name. Maybe it is, maybe it is not. So Gracidia will boost in AoE my composition, and I can play even more around my strongest unit by boosting it with its neighboring units' items. My FPS kinda dropped, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Every single game. Sometime where there's a lot of animation going on, and my 7th unit is pretty irrelevant unless it's a super stupidly strong unit, and Ghastly just happens to be a super stupidly strong unit, and I get it super early in the game. So I'm being very lucky. Right? I can't really go to Poison 5 or Artificial 6 with level 7, but I get this super strong Ultra unit, that's one of the best units in the game. And now just look, this cast, boom! I just rewind so you can see that again. Look at my Metang! Look at my Metang this round. Taking the sweet spot, casting, boom! Super satisfying. Look at this damage. Just destroyed this round. Went in the perfect spot. It's so satisfying. I just love it when it happens. So there's a fairy comp in the going, and I'm playing crits, so I'm not really happy with what I'm seeing. But anyway, because it's only 50% crit chance, and these crits are actually AP, me not auto-attacking doesn't really matter, so I should be able to play around it way better than if I was playing Dark. However, Fairy is probably one of the strongest traits right now, when it's played well, so that's not a really encouraging indication to see this comp being built. So what stuff can I get now? I can't remember what I got. I should be actively thinking about my level 20, my round 20 and my Ultra unit that is to come. To be fair, the plan should be to go for Steel 4 as soon as possible, to just make sure that my Steel units all double their AD, which is super strong. Leftovers, I build them because it keeps this somehow AOE boosts idea going. Gracidia and leftovers go pretty well together. Both of these units are shielded anyway, so getting regen is pretty underwhelming. However, in the later stages of a round, it can definitely come in handy. This round, my Metang is really denied its ability to cast by all the aquatic units that kept draining its mana, but it was nonetheless able to cast twice, and the damage is still pretty high. Actually, the damage from Metang is so high that poison is getting pretty irrelevant right now, which isn't always the case. I can go for poison 5 though, because I'm no level 8, and poison 5 is probably my best bet for this round. So I got a better poison unit, or supposedly a better poison unit, I'm not quite sure of myself. Tentacle is not the best unit in the game, to be fair. Poisoning one unit for 3 seconds really isn't the best spell. And Icon BT just used the Nuke Zarbi that suicided his own comp. Nuke Zarbi is a gimmick, you shouldn't be playing it in any of your rounds. Like, you will lose every round you play the Nuke Zarbi. It casts and your comp dies, that's all that happens. You should never ever be using it. But I think that Icon BT just learned it the harsh way. And now that I'm level 8, I'm just planning to roll and get my Metagross. In my mind, that is what is going on right now. I'm taking the charcoal because I think it will be a pretty good component for my future Genesect. That is to come level 20. At least that's my ideal unit. If that's not Genesect, I will be pretty disappointed. And now I'm just waiting until stage 20 because there's nothing much more to do. I will probably not be getting Poison 5 into the late game. Alright, Poison is a trait that is good in the early game, but in the late game, Artificial and Steel are probably better priorities to have, and here I would rather have Poison 3, Artif 4 and Steel 4. So I will be dropping this Tentacle, and probably the Ghastly, because the other poison unit is a bug, and I want to keep bug 2 to clone my Genesect, that's the plan. And I'm also thinking about ways to play Artif 6 and Steel 6, which is a really good combo. We are able to evolve Honedge, which is really a good news, because it's stuffed, so we want it to be as strong as possible and have as much base stats as possible to benefit from Artificial. And evolving the unit really improves its stats. This fight is going it's really chaotic, but looks like Libane has a pretty weak comp, so we are able to manage it. Didn't really understand why every single unit was dashing all this much. Probably some Honedge shenanigans at play. And no Boltoy. Boltoy is Artificial and Psychic, and I would really benefit from Psychic too, because, as you must know, BELDUM is Psychic too. So I'm thinking of ways to enter this Boltoy into my composition, and I realize that now I will probably have no choice but to play Artificial 6 and Steel 6 to be able to build the strongest Metagross possible. And so I will need my level 9. So no more rolling, and I'm going to level 9. That's the new plan that I'm going for. Hopefully we'll get the Genesect. If we do not get the Genesect, we're really disappointed in this game. And the Genesect just comes, which is sweet. Any other units would have allowed me to play for Steel 6, and I would have stayed with Steel 4. As you will see, the game will still be going really good for 1, 2, 3. The game will still have been really going good with only Steel 4 if I had another artificial unit. But definitely hitting the Genesect strengthens the composition, of course. Not that it really needed to be strengthened all that much. In this specific game at least. Sorry for my poor English, of course, I'm not a native speaker. So please please be comprehensive. Sometimes I may take some time to find my words. So this stuff I can build. This mana scarf is really a poor item on Genesect. So I will probably not be stuffing Genesect. Here I'm just checking that bolter is range 2, because I'm not really used to this unit. And so mana scarf, not for Genesect, which has a pretty weak spell. And I'll just play around cast form instead. Which is underwhelming because cast form doesn't even transform every round, so it doesn't even have its strongest spell possible. But things are working my way anyway. So I guess we'll play cast form. And now I'm finally reaching the level 9. This is the round. And to be fair, none of this stuff is really exciting. I would like another cast form item now that I started to build it. And the only cast form item available is this Alpha Orb. That's not all that strong. But anyway, we'll have a lot of mana and cast a lot, which will reinforce our strong units. And this shop right here is really the best shop I could have hoped for. Because now I got the basis for my coming Scizor, and I also have my 6th steel unit, which is here Onyx. So having a Tinkatin and 2 Ultras that are really useful in my comp in the same round really is lucky. This is what I will take for this game. I really have been lucky. Every single round I got the best units that I could have gotten. Another Onyx. Don't mind if I do. And right now I'm wondering if I can ever evolve this Honedge to stage 3. I'm taking the bet, and so I'm keeping the Honedge into my shop. But getting both Aegislash and Metagross going would be really greedy. So it would be very, very insanely lucky to have enough econ to get the 2 of them. I should probably not be betting on this Honedge, if I were realistic. It was really precious to keep my econ high right now, because I'm going to stage 25, so there's a PvE round coming, and you do not want to spend your gold before a PvE round, because you do not need to spend your gold to beat the PvE. So before a PvE round I will always be playing my econ rather than the strength of my board. Right, when you are on stage 23, 22, you can afford, if you have a HP, you can get a weak board. That doesn't really matter. What you want is to have 50 goals when the the legendary birds come. And after this PvE round is when I will be rolling all this gold. So the game gives me 2 Gracidia flowers, so I do not really get a chance. I want a cast form item, because I want my units to accumulate items as best as they can. Can Riolu replace Tinkatin? It probably can. And I'll be rolling now, but it's Tinkatuff. Sorry, it's Tinkatuff. Well, the unit evolved, so it's no better than a tier 1 Riolu. And no, I do not have time to really econ anymore. Right, time is... game is going to end soon, and I should really be spending my resources. I got the Steelix. So don't mind if I do. Again. Really lucky with this draw, by the way. Getting the Steelix this fast is really unlikely to happen in most of games. But well, when you're lucky you just take the luck. And now Tinkatuff, you can go away because Lucario is of course a better unit. I got the Metagross without doing much effort. I'm looking for the Scizor. And with this Ditto, I'm able to get it. What's really impressive in this game is that I got all these units evolved without even needing this much Dittos. I think I got 2 Dittos in this whole game. And I was still able to go for this Metagross and all 3 of my Ultra units fully evolved. That's really unusual. And here you can see that my critting Metagross was just blasted away by this Fairy Comp. However, having 6 steel units with the AD double is so efficient that even without my main carry I'm able to deal a significant amount of damage to my opponent. This is the last turn. Can I evolve Boltoy? That's what I will be trying to do. Can you come, Boltoy, please? And here it comes. I'm not even trying to evolve Onage anymore. I do not have enough econ to go for Aegislash. It would really be absurdly lucky to get Aegislash with only 17 golds at level 9. Sorry. So, well, that would be 3 Onages in like 8 rolls, which is really unlikely to happen. And just look at the comp go, there's pretty much nothing to be done. I'm just destroying my opponent. My units aren't even dying, I still have spare shields to go. Really easy win. A lucky one! But an easy win anyway. So this is the final comp. Metagross Centric. Pretty unusual, with an adjacent unit that has items that keeps boosting it. Even if these leftovers are pretty irrelevant, the Gracidia definitely works really well. And a second Gracidia for my backline with a really good item too. Couldn't even build the Genesect, but it was still enough to build a really strong board. And now, plus 5 ELO. As you can see, I dropped pretty low. I was 100 ELO higher a few weeks ago, but that's just how things goes. I got a really hard time adapting to this patch, and so just look what we bet. This Fire Human comp, pretty underwhelming, a lot of unevolved units. I cannot even comprehend how this composition went top 2, but I guess well played Misha. This grass composition should definitely have been stronger, but it happens to not be. This fairy comes, there's a lot to say about it. Altaria never came, and I do not think Water 3 is really relevant once you've got the Kiarados. You could probably sell these 2 units that are underwhelming for better fairies. Right, Fairy 9 isn't really interesting, so you could just be selling both of these weak units. get these two to be psychic units and go for psychic 4, which that would probably be a better composition. And when you look at what lost, three psychic compositions that griefed each other. So well, really unlucky to be this many psychic players in the same game. Oh, music just ended. It's been 30 minutes. And this field 6 field should always be played with a lot of levels and trying to go to field 9 because the trait is designed so that the most units you have, the stronger your composition is, because every time a unit dies, the trait activates, so you must have a lot of units that are filled to have a lot of units that dies to really benefit from the trait. Having only 6 field units is really underwhelming in the late game, which is why I think this composition lost. I hope you enjoyed the content. I've tried to explain as much as possible my train of thought as going through this game. If it can somehow help beginner players or even more advanced players to understand the train of thoughts of people that are used to playing this game and are quite good at it, well, I'm all for it, because the more good people there are that are strong at the game, the more competition there is and the more enjoyable the games, of course. See you in the next time. Hope you enjoy the content. Do not hesitate to leave a like or a comment on YouTube. It doesn't really help because anyway I'm not going for a career, but it still motivates me to go for more, of course. See you next time with maybe another comp, maybe the same one, because it really looks like I should be playing this same comp to try to climb. Bye bye!